Hey guys, welcome to Big Loz Official, and today we've got Europe's Strongest Man predictions, and I'm cheesily smug sat up with my 2016 Europe's Strongest Man trophy. Okay, yeah, I'm being smug. Obviously, Europe's Strongest Man 2016 was a huge day for me. I became the champion and broke up Thor's 5 year run, I guess. He's won 4 of the last 5 years, and little old me from Swindon managed to stop him. But that being said, we're new year now, 2019. Thor is without question the favourite. He's winning everything right now. He won Europe's last year, he won the Arnold's last year, he won World's last year, he won the World Ultimate Strongman over in Dubai last year, and he's just come back and won the Arnold's this year. He is going to be a very hard man to beat, but everyone is beatable. And in strongman and in sport, anything can happen. And if we knew exactly what was going to happen, it would be boring. And there is one event in this contest that he might not be as dominant as he is at everything else. His grip used to be a little bit of an issue. He's massively improved it along with everything else. And to be honest, he'll probably come in and smash that as well. But I haven't seen his grip be tested for a long time. We haven't seen any grip events in Strongman for a long time. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does on the Hercules Hold. And with only 5 events, one little mistake, it can cost you. And I'm not saying he will make a mistake, but it's not impossible, okay? Nothing is kind of guaranteed. And these events are kind of a weird set of events because everyone will say Kiliaskowski is going to be, he's got some great events in there, and he does, but then there's a deadlift in there as well, which is going to be weaker for him. And then guys like Janasha he's going to be very strong on these events. He's got great grip, he's got great deadlift, he's a good log lifter, he's good at carrying drag events, he's good at stones. So if someone can come in with a real solid performance and have no weak events, they're going to certainly challenge. We'll go through one event at a time, and I will let you know my predictions for the show. Obviously, it's starting out on the log lift. If you want to see my predictions for the actual log lift contest, then click here. We've got a video up already just focused on the log. I want to talk about solely the guys competing in the Strongman show. So the best guys in the Strongman show on the log, you're looking at Thor, he's the Icelandic record holder, probably Kiliaskowski. Those 2 guys are the biggest log lifters. And then maybe guys like Lalas. Lalas has done 205 in contest a number of times. Janasha, he's up at 205 kind of numbers. And Luke Stoltman, his pressing has become very, very strong over the last few years. I expect Luke to really challenge, to do well and score big points. I'd love to kind of say I'm going to be challenging on log. Unfortunately, my log just isn't that strong at the moment. If I hit 190, I'll be over the moon. If I hit 200, I'll be absolutely ecstatic. But I think I said in the log lifting video, we're not sure on what the jumps will be yet. So tactics could come into it. There could be a lot of people sharing points. I will hopefully hit like the 190 and then see if people kind of fail. Like if it's jumping from 190 to 205, I think there's a higher chance of people failing 205 than say 200. But we'll see what happens on the day. It's going to come down to tactics and performance on the day. But Thor's the kind of guy, he'll hit 205. I think Kiliaskowski will as well. And then the other guys, if there's a few other guys that can do it as well. But the log's going to be one of those events that could be ending up splitting points. Next event is the deadlift for reps, axle deadlift for reps, 350 kilos. Another great event for Thor and a weak event for Kiliaskowski, but a solid event for Janasha. And another guy to look out for, I think, on the deadlift will be Adam Bishop. His deadlifting, particularly for reps, is extremely good. He won the deadlift on the axle at Britain's Strongest Man. It was a little bit lighter at 320. This time they're moving up to 350. I prefer the heavier events. I like doing less reps, so I'm hoping that will kind of suit me a bit. Lalas has done very well on axle deadlifts before, and it's going to be a tough event, especially after the max event on the log. It's hard to predict, but Thor right now is the top deadlifter. with Eddie retired, Thor, he had a good crack at 500 at the Arnold's. He's won the deadlift at Europe the last few years in a row. I can't see anyone really beating him on it, but maybe Janasha could push him, and maybe Bish as well. Bish could set up a good target. After that, we have the carry and drag, or no, tire flip, sorry, and drag. So it's a 400 kilo tire, flipped a number of times, and then the anchor and chain drag. Again, a big Thor event. He drags things, so he's just such a big human. Just kind of, where the rest of us will look like we're struggling, he'll just drag it like it's a toy. I remember going out to Iceland to train with him doing drags, and I'd been training it a lot, felt good, and then he just makes it look like a toy. And it's one of those events, you could train it every day for the rest of your life and you'll never be as good as Thor on it. He's just a huge man that makes it look comfortable. Then it's the Hercules Hold, and that's the one event that he may drop some points on. And I think, there's always mistakes can be made in Strongman, but that's probably an event where some guys could beat him. I have a very strong grip. Guys like Terry Hollands in good shape has a very good grip. Janasha has a very good grip. I know Kiliaskowski has a very good grip. So there's a number of guys that could beat Thor on that event. And it's a new bit of kit as well. So sometimes if you're not used to it, we need to kind of have a few goes on it, and you see guys getting more used to things. But I think it's one event that he's definitely beatable on, and it'll come down to where he places. If he places top 4, top 5, I can't really see anyone stopping him taking another title. But if he has a bad event and drops a lot of points, that's the chance for guys to step in. Janashas, Kiliaskowski, or all of us. There's so many guys that are all at a high level that on their day, if they can put in that solid performance, that's the event that, if you can go and win that and Thor comes 8th, for instance, then that's a lot of points to drop. But, will that happen? We'll see. I'm not saying Thor has a bad grip. I'm just saying it's the one slight vulnerability in his game. And I think it's the one event that he might not dominate. Because you go on to the next event, Atlas Stones, from 140 up to 200 kilo stones. He's one motioning 200 kilo stones. He just makes them look so comfortable. And he's dominated every show he's done for the last 2 years, really. He is number one guy in the world right now. He's the man to beat. But in sport, anything can happen. And I'll go out and, I don't think it's it's a safe bet saying you think Thor's going to win, but I do think it's going to be exciting. I think if the fans get behind the other athletes as well, it's anything can happen in sport, and I proved that in 2016. I wasn't even mentioned having a chance of winning, and I went in under the radar and came out the champion. If I'm totally honest, they were much better events for me in 2016. You had some of the events where I truly believe I'm the best in the world at, like frame carries and yokes and stuff like that. There's no events in this contest that I honestly believe I'm the best in the world. I genuinely believe my grip is very good and I have a shot at that event, but the rest of the events, I'm in good shape right now. It's just, I'm not, my good shape for deadlifting and good shape for carrying drags and stones isn't my good shape for, say, a yoke. If you put me on a yoke or a car walk, I honestly believe I can beat anyone in the world at. And that's the thing with Strongman, is every contest is different. So I'm trying to use this as a platform to go to World's Strongest Man and build on it, and hopefully have a better set of events at Worlds, and really aim to get into the final and try and get on the podium. But every strongman competition is different. It's so hard to just sit there without knowing the events, saying where you think people will come. I've always got to kind of see the events before I give you my predictions, because one contest can be completely different result to the next, depending on the set of events. But Thor's proven himself, a number of times now. He's a man to beat. I think Thor will come out on top. I think Janasha's been very quiet, but he's looking good in training, and they're a good set of events for him. If he's coming fit, he can do well. He got a little bit big last year, he put on quite a lot of body weight, and his fitness kind of let him down a little bit in some shows. I think if he's tried to bring his body weight down a bit, maintain that strength and work on his fitness, then he could come in and be top 3. And I think even with the deadlift, Kiliaskowski is very, very good at all the other events. it'll be hard to not see him on the podium. I think for the rest of the contest, it's going to be very, very close. Really, it's so hard to predict where everyone else will come. You could have Adam Bishop could be anywhere between 4th and 10th. I could be anywhere between 4th and 10th. Lalas could be anywhere between 4th and 10th. The Stoltman brothers, you know, it's such a tight knit group of strongmen right now that are such high quality that it's so hard to predict. But I think those three will probably steal the podium, and I don't like saying that because I like to come into a contest confident that I can hit on the podium, but I'm always real with you guys. I kind of say it how it is, and when I say I think I can get on the podium, I genuinely mean it. I'd love to go there and say I can. It's not my favourite set of events. I could hit a PB on the log, I could have the best stone run of my life, hit a PB on the deadlift, and they're still not going to be top 3 placings. The only event I can really see, you know, myself having a shot of winning is the Hercules Hold. So I'm going to need to make sure I have a solid performance, and then you've always got a chance, but you're relying on people either getting injured or making silly mistakes and stuff like that, and I don't want that. You know, I'd rather beat someone at their best than them getting injured or something like that. So, but there's always chance of those things happening, but I try not to bring those into my thought process when I'm competing. So it's going to be a fun show. Make sure you get your tickets if you haven't already, or I think you'll be able to stream it on Official Strongman. If not, let me know if you guys agree with the predictions. Obviously, you know, everyone thinks Thor, but who do you want to see win? You know, sometimes it's about who you think will win. Who do you want to see do well? There's a lot of youngsters coming through. Tom Stoltman's kind of getting better and better. If it wasn't for a mistake on the frame at Britain's, he would have had a great shot of winning Britain's. Luke Stoltman's looking good. Bish is looking unbelievably good. You know, Belsack's back now. There's so many good guys competing. Terry Hollands is competing and looking fit and strong. Better set of events for him at this show as well than it was at Britain's. So, you know, like I honestly think 4th to last place could be anyone. It's just that tight. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully I can put in a good performance and my tactics pay off, and if I can go there and hit some PBs on the events, perform well, I'll walk away happy and build towards my next show. But let me know who you guys think will win. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. There's a subscribe button here, and thank you very much guys. I'll see you soon.